the man that I am today, and I'm slowly becoming more of, is the child that I was.
I'm not gonna say I'm problematic, but I'm a real man living in a fake world. That's how I see it.
I'm just saying that if you think about it in that sense, it's not one answer
Because
for everything. It keeps changing depending on where you are, which men are there.
But the basis is, are you happy, right?
If your mind doesn't match where you are, that's when I would say you're a weak man.
Disclaimer, this podcast is all about real conversations. Raw, authentic, and unscripted. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in raw conversations are solely those of the host and the guests. If you're struggling, please reach out to someone qualified. And remember, take what helps, leave what doesn't. Welcome to the circle. Let's keep it raw, real, and respectful.
So I think let's flip it and let me ask you, what makes you as a black man happy?
What makes me as a black man happy? Self-acceptance, awareness. Just doing the things I know bring me alive. And I was happy, and my reference points is when I was a kid. Let's just wait a minute. Yeah. Did the camera stop on its own?
No, it's still recording.
Oh, you stopped it.
Still recording. I think the battery was the one that killed you. But that's still recording there.
Let's just wait for it.
Yeah.
Or it's just the app doing its things.
Yeah, just the app doing its thing, but from there on the camera is still recording. Yeah, so we can still carry on.
Oh, we can continue.
Yeah.
So what was I saying?
You're talking about self-acceptance and you're taking experience from being a kid.
Oh yeah, so the man that I am today, and I'm slowly becoming more of, is the child that I was when I was under the right. I was right under the right guidance. I was aware of what is good, what is not. I was a virgin until I was not, but I was a virgin until I was like 19.
Okay.
And I'm not saying that that's amazing. I'm just saying I genuinely was not gonna have sex because it's not allowed. I was so Christian.
Okay.
I was very Christian, very traditional. I listened to my parents. I was probably the most annoying person, even maybe to my parents, because I stick to the rules. That's how I was, And even to my brothers, I was the difference of, no, I'm going to listen. When they say this is this, this is this, And then life happened at some point, and then I started questioning things because I was questioned about my identity or who I was because of, I can openly speak about this, but because of my mental health journey. So I was diagnosed with bipolar, which means, hey, this is what I heard. Hey, we see that because I was okay. I was okay having my episode, let's say. But it sounded as though I was a problem to the world for being okay with myself. And I only had an episode because I became more of myself. I was figuring out things. But this is not the way the world said I should be anymore. So I thought everything that I am, I need to be the opposite of it. That's what it sounded like. It sounded as though the psychologist was saying, hey, the more you become yourself, the more you're going to get into trouble. The more you're going to come back here. Switch up, blend in, fit in, do the things people do. So then when I look at my brothers, or I look at my friends and everyone around me, I'm like, oh, I was the problem all this time. Why am I listening to my parents? Why am I listening to the rules? Come on, let's misbehave. Let's do all the stuff that most of the world actually does. Most of the world breaks the rules. Most of the world are not, you know what I mean? So that's what happened for a lot of my life until I was like, no, man, but this is not who I am. There's certain things missing. I'm not growing the way I usually do. How did I grow? How did I become, how was I comfortable? How was I always happy? Oh yeah, I was that guy. Okay, let me go and be that guy again. However, I realize now in this modern world, it's the hardest thing in the world, especially for a guy who went through the journey I did where I switched up. Had I stayed that way, I was going to be used to being the guy who never fits in. But I found a way to fit in, and now I want to fit out again. And that becomes difficult in dating, friendship. I mean, you're just a party pooper in all sorts of ways because you're always reminding people of discipline and they don't like that. Yeah.
So that's because of the pressures of the world, or So you basically just gave into the pressure and be like, because everyone's saying that I'm awkward.
Yeah, there's something wrong with me, literally.
But now that you've grown up, you've realized that actually, you know what? I shouldn't have tried to finish it. I should try and just be who I am. And
yes, I should have had a better option. I guess with psychology, you're limited to what you can afford, but also you're limited to where the world is at the time. It was many years ago when I was 19. And now, today, I've developed a certain understanding and a conversation that I can see how I can be the guy who's clearly bipolar by his thoughts, and wow, how do you think like that? But I can still behave, and you don't feel as though I'm bipolar until I tell you.
Yeah.
But that's a big part of my identity and why I'm so comfortable. That's why I'm so brave or whatever. It's because I'm that guy who's willing to risk it all. But there's a safe way to do it. And I wasn't told that option because I guess the option didn't exist to what people. So I had to figure out and say, how will I live comfortably? How will I not be depressed? How will I not be suicidal? Because I can't not be suicidal while I'm being something I'm not. I'm gonna be suicidal. And I was like, I need to find a way to stay alive. But the only way to stay alive is to be myself, which is a guy who doesn't fit in. Let me figure this thing out. And
so have you embraced that side of you now?
100%, yeah.
So would you say you are happier now?
There we go. Yeah. Now coming back to your answer. Yeah. I'm happier because I've found myself again. But I want to say this though. I had to explain who I was and not just say I'm happier because I got back to who I was, because some people are not initially where they should be, you know? Okay. So I'm saying, let's say my friend who has an addictive personality or is very problematic as a child and naughty, he shouldn't get back to who he was. He should get back to who he's not.
Yeah, it's true.
Because he has a bad, you know? Yeah, so I'm saying that I did come from a good environment, good upbringing, good mindset. What I knew to be good was good. It was correct.
Was that inclusive of both parents, or is this now okay?
Both parents are come from that environment.
Okay.
And so I just went back because I and it's important to identify what's good and to know the difference and to be self-aware and aware of what's going on in the world. And I think we determine what's good or what's not by what works.
Yeah.
If it's failing, then it's bad. That's it. That's 1 + 1. Yeah. So that's all I did. I said, I want to get back to not failing all the time. Oh, I used to not fail when I was that. That's how it's easier for me because I just need to go back to who I was. I don't have to develop new ideas. I just need to remember who I was. Yeah. So I just wanted to make that distinction that some people need to go away from who they are. Some people come from an environment where your mom is the worst mom, you have the worst father, you have the worst environment. Please don't be that person. Run away. But that's probably harder to do.
So when you said you had to explain yourself, did you have to explain yourself to yourself, or is that you explain yourself to other people so they can understand why you are the way you are, or do you have to explain yourself so that you can actually embrace who you truly are, who you can truly? Because I bring up myself as an example. Yeah. There are some times where I sit and be like, listen, Harold, the reason why you are behaving in this particular is because you are this type of person. So stop trying to reject who you are, and then embrace yourself. Because like you are the one that's delaying yourself, trying to fit in with this person and that person and that person. So was that the same for you, or by you explaining yourself, you had to explain, for example, as an example, to your mom, say, Mom, the only reason why I behave like this in certain manners because of this and this and this.
That's a good question, by the way. All the questions are good. I just that one, like, it's two-parted because, the first part is it's mainly about myself, having to explain myself to myself and say, Doc, this is what's going on. This is what it is. But the biggest one that I've realized I had to do is to explain myself to people, but not everyone. I don't care about everyone because I really realized everyone doesn't care about me. Right? And I said that in what I explained, that I was diagnosed at a certain point where it was all about what everyone wants and how I must work in their environment, which steered me off track to a bad place, you know? Yeah. So, but there's people around me in my life and people who I know understand what I do and they want what I want. They just don't get it. They don't get that this is how I do it, or this is how I whatever. So for instance, with my mom, I've had to have a very hard relationship with my mom because, again, I do stick to the rules. And so sometimes I'm even holding my mom to her standards. So she's wondering what type of child is going to now bring up the fact that, hey, you mustn't do this in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm the one who brought up this rule and told this child. Now, 10 years later, he's telling me I'm doing this thing. Why does he even care? And I had to show that, no, I'm not saying that you can't be imperfect. I'm not saying you can't make mistakes, but I need you not to contradict yourself. Or when you make the mistake, then acknowledge it and say, hey, when you were younger, I was telling you don't do this and that because I was trying to make you not do it. But as an adult, I was doing it all along. But we tell children certain things and we tell adults certain things. Yeah. That's the type of conversations I require. That's all. Not that I don't accept people as they are. I think I'm very understanding of who people are. It's just I just don't like the lies and stuff. Yeah. So I've had to explain to people that I'm just very honest, and that's very offensive that you're very honest, because people are the opposite of that, and lies are what make the world go around. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But how do you feel about explaining yourself? I've seen, especially with your show, there's a lot of explaining needed. Is it the climate? Is it who you are? Are you problematic?
Am I problematic?
Because to explain yourself means that most people are not getting you.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Who is the problem?
Okay, maybe I'm going to answer this in the most safest of ways, or let me not even try. I'm just going to answer it as honest as possible. I mean, the whole show is raw conversations, so I'm going to try to answer it as honestly as possible. I'm not going to say I'm problematic, but I'm a real man living in a fake world. That's how I see it. Everyone is trying to please everyone else. Everyone's trying to live a lifestyle that makes the other people feel like, yeah, I want to be your friend because you have this. I want to associate with you because of this. And I'm that person who will be like, I don't care whether you like me or you associate yourself with me. I'm that person. I might be a kid in the school where everyone is coming together and they're playing together. I'm like, you know what? I don't see myself playing with you guys, and I'm okay with it. And then I go play by myself, and then someone's gonna be like, this child is arrogant. Why is he not playing with the other kids? Yeah. It's not that I don't want to play with the other kids, but I don't agree with what they are doing. It doesn't sit well with me. So a lot of my explaining is from their perspective to be, because I get called proud a lot. I get called arrogant a lot. Because when someone meets me for the first time, I'm quiet. I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like, why am I talking to you?
Yeah.
Like, why? Like, what are you going to give me, or what am I going to give you? Okay. Until there's that established, I don't see the reason I need to talk to you. I will say hi and then carry on, and I carry on what I'm doing.
Are you avoiding possible problems that usually come with when you
I'm avoiding
speak to people,
having unnecessary people in my life.
Okay.
Because there are certain people that believe that just because you're a nice pig, then you and I are friends. No.
Oh yeah.
I don't believe in that.
True, 100%.
You and I have known each other for quite a very long time, and we have conversations that actually help us build to a point where I can be like, Sharp Delight is someone I can call a friend.
Yeah.
But other people, that it's like we have conversations that don't build. So why are we speaking?
You need to serve a purpose.
I'm at a point in my life where I've done all the clubbing. I've done all the fun things that you can do to a point where like it doesn't excite me anymore.
Yeah.
If you text me at 10 p.m., oh dude, we're going to a club, I'm like, brother, I want to sleep. I'm tired. Tomorrow's another day. I will club with you at 4 p.m. till 8. Let me go home.
So you say that I hear you completely. You're saying that because you don't care now what people think, then people will ask now, why do you care so much to let them know? Yeah. You don't care. Yeah. But you have a whole platform where you are telling people who are not like you how to be.
Because there are people who are like me that feel as if they are awkward, or they feel as though there's something wrong with them. And those are the people I'm trying to reach out to.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a bit direct in my conversations to be like, I don't care if you don't like what I'm posting, because that means it's not for you.
Okay.
If you watch what I do and you resonate, then you are the person I'm talking to.
Yeah.
If you watch what I saw and you say, he's feeling himself too much, you're not the person I'm speaking to. Move on. There's other YouTube channels that you can switch to and actually watch.
Okay.
So I'm talking to the person who I'm talking to a younger me.
Yeah.
With my podcast, and sometimes to my older me. So it's like I'm giving a message to me from 10 years. Maybe say 10 years time, I come back to my YouTube, I'm like, oh wow, I actually did say that. And I can actually reflect, I'm like, why did I change? What happened in my life that I moved from thinking like this way to thinking this way now? Okay. So for me, it's more of a message to my younger self and to my future self. And that's why I do what I do.
And is that now centered in happiness as well? Like, is that the mission? And you're trying to make sure everyone who's maybe like you and wants what you want can get there quicker or better without your mistakes?
The basis to everything that I do in my life is, my life right now is based on two things: happiness and peace. Those are the two things that I put in my life right now. And this whole platform is for men, because I'm a man. I can't relate to women. I recently even posted a status on my WhatsApp saying I will never understand women, and I'm married to one, and I don't understand my wife. That's the honest truth.
Yeah,
I've been with her for over 3 years now, and I still don't understand her, and I don't plan to understand her.
Okay,
but I understand me as a man, and I've embraced that, and that's my happiness. That's why, like I was telling you, my wife just fits into it. You know, I can say she helps me maintain my happiness. She helps me like, look, I know this is where you are, and I'm gonna help you stay there. And if we can get higher, we'll get higher together.
Wow. So would you say that the suicide crisis amongst men has a lot to do with the happiness and not knowing? And where do you think, where does this problem stem from? And you're not suicidal, I'm assuming.
Once upon a time.
My bad. Let's speak to the moment when you were suicidal. Like, maybe that's how we can understand the man that's going through that. What was the difference between that guy and the guy you are today? What was missing? Was it just the wife, or
I break it down to mindset. In my whole entire life, I've never ever has blamed my life on not having a woman or not having a partner. It had never anything to do with it. Even when I was suicidal, it was never because of a woman. It was just depression, and I don't know how, but I'm a very ambitiously driven person. So at the point that I was looking at my life and where my life was, I'm like, by the time I get to where I want to get, it's going to take me another 10 years or take me another 15 years. And I'm someone who'll be like, that's too long. That's too long. I want to achieve it. It's like what Elon Musk says, better to do 3 years in 3 months and make all the mistakes. And then you got 3 years of experience, 3 years of experience in 3 months. I'm that person. So I was sitting down and looking at my life. I'm like, I'm not making enough money. I'm still living in my mom and dad's house. And at that point in time, I couldn't even help with the rent because the money I was having was going towards transport. And I was like, and at the time I was like, hey man, this is not the life I want to live. So it was just giving me a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of, I need to find a way out of this. Yeah.
So do you believe that there's men who are in who are in the position where you were, but are not suicidal and they are happy in that same position? Do you think that's possible?
This is not come off
not
as
the
offensive.
mindset. I'm meaning the circumstances.
This is not come off as offensive, but I feel like that's if you're that man and you're happy, then you're a very weak man.
Now we're getting into raw conversation. This feels like your show again.
I feel like if you're in that condition and you're happy, then you're a very weak man. And the reason why I say this was every man you should have. I understand we're not all millionaires, right?
Yeah.
But there is a standard to life.
Okay.
I understand if it so happens that how do I put this, man?
Where does the standard come from, though?
Because
we can center it around purpose and life and go to religion and God, but we're really not living as simple as God initially planned. The world looks way different. All you needed to do was live in a garden, and be successful there.
True.
So maybe it's harder to not be weak. And now we being judged more than Adam was being judged. That time Adam would fail, bro.
But we forget that Adam was in charge of the garden.
Okay.
Adam was in charge of all the animals.
For free.
And Adam was in charge of Eve, but he had responsibilities, he had roles.
Yes.
A man who's just comfortable, not having anything like that, doesn't have responsibilities.
But remember who makes the world. Okay, so the reason why some men, let's say where you were.
Yeah.
Remember, all I'm saying is I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying we must remember that all the stuff that you were struggling to achieve, like you wanted to move out of your parents' home, the requirement to move out was determined by other men who have conquered the world in a certain way.
By me.
Eh? No, yeah, but I'm saying those things, even the apartment you go to, that's still another man's creation.
No, but that just tells you the possibilities that are there.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily have to do with any man. Look,
okay.
If a Lambo was never built, would you have ever thought of a Lambo?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have.
Because it didn't exist.
Yeah.
Right? But for the fact it exists, does it not tell you there's something to aspire to? Forget who made the car.
So let's say, okay, but listen, now let's think about different environments.
Yeah.
There are spaces and places where moving into an apartment is not an option because of the community they live in. Like you can go to a certain secluded area or in the world.
Eh? How did you get there?
No,
you were born there or your parents took you there?
You born there, like how you were born, where you were born.
Okay.
So your circumstances made the accomplishments seem to be like, I must move out into an apartment, then I must get a car because of the environment you were brought up in. So now in that environment, you are a weak man when you don't do that. But if they were to take you to an environment where moving to your own hut and hunting sheep in the daytime, that's accomplishment, you would then be the strongest man. I'm just saying that if you think about it in that sense, it's not one answer
Because
for everything. It keeps changing depending on where you are, which men are there.
But the basis is, are you happy, right?
There
That's
we
the
go,
basis.
yeah,
So if you are happy,
yes,
living in a place that, how do I put this without being disrespectful to people? In a place that's lower class, right?
okay,
But you have the potential and ability to come out of it.
yes,
But you accept and say, no, I'm happy in
I
this
love
life.
that. Okay,
That's a problem.
I agree with you. So coming back to the point, I think when you were thinking about that man that I said, if there's a man in this position, can he be happy?
Yeah.
You thinking about his mindset being like yours. I was saying,
Yes.
just consider his circumstance, not his mindset. He's not Harold. He's Tabang. Yes, I'm Tabang. I live in an apartment next to you. I live in a house next to you. I'm also with my parents. Hey, Harold, me, I'm not moving out. I'm happy.
But I have friends like that. And those are the friends that piss me off the most.
But
I'm like, why are you happy?
But he's saying that I don't see the potential that you see for me. I don't see for myself. Because, and Elon Musk can maybe say that you're a weak man. How aren't you building spaceships? What if that's the new standard that he sets and now all of us can qualify? I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's
I get you.
So just because quite a few men can get an apartment, that now becomes the thing of how can't you? But it's like, just because of you, but now if Elon Musk is one of 3 people, why? Just because it's 3, now you think, no, man, it's just 3 guys. It makes sense why we can't do it.
But can
you
we
see, like, why are we basing it on numbers? Who can do something?
But can we at least establish that as a man, there's a standard you need to meet, that every man has to meet, regardless of position, finances, stature, respect. There is a standard that every man has to meet.
Which is?
Now, for me, that standard is not being, I don't want to say giving up, but not being comfortable with where you are. Let's make an example with Elon Musk.
I agree with that standard, yeah.
Elon Musk is one of the richest, but right now apparently he's a trillionaire, one of the richest person on earth, right?
Yeah.
But then why is he still working? You have all the money in the world. You can afford to buy whatever house and car you want. But then you are still working. For me, that tells me it's not about the money. It's not about the car. It's not about stature. It's not about your bank. It's just everything to do with him as an individual person, knowing full well that I can always become better than I am right now.
True.
And that's my basis in life, right? You can be happy in your heart. You can be happy being a shepherd, taking care of sheep and stuff. But you can always increase your number of sheep.
I agree with that.
You can always increase your number of huts.
Yeah.
You can always do better.
Yes.
Hunt more efficiently.
Yeah.
You don't need to buy a bigger house. You don't need to have a bigger car. Look, I can have all the money I want in the world. I'm never going to buy a Porsche.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like that car. Okay. That doesn't mean, it's not a question of whether I can afford it or not. It's a question of, it's not who I am.
So coming back to that point, what if I can afford to move out of my mom's house, but I just love to stay here with my mom because it's such a great environment. And I don't want to work to the standard of the world. This is the best house we could have lived in. My parents happened to get it. Why am I going to build something else? Like, I'm literally in the best house right now. Okay. And I have the money, everything. I just want to stay here.
So my question now would be,
my
question would be now, so you do not have any ambitions or plans for the future generation? Let's say you get a child now. Is the child also going to carry on? Because I have friends in the township where I'm waiting for my mom to go so that I can take care of the house. Why? Like, no, I grew up there. I get that.
Yeah.
But then now when you go, does your son to take that house? So basically that's a house for 20 generations.
So coming to that friend, what I would say is I agree that sometimes that is wrong. Especially what I would do is have the conversation with that person and find out if your mind doesn't match where you are. That's when I would say you're a weak man. If your ambition, the way you speak, like you said, if you're never speaking about Porsches, I wouldn't hold this Porsche against you. You'd be the most irritating person if you're always speaking about Porsches, and you're capable of getting it and you never get it. Yeah. That's where the weakness for me comes from. You get what I'm trying to say? So hence I'm saying some people are in an environment where you're like, but why aren't you moving away from here? Like, and we see that with very successful people with different races where,
we're at 45 minutes.
Hey, we're going too far. Okay. But you see certain people, let's say, look at the average white successful man. If you go there with the way an average successful black person wears and dresses and the car he drives, it's easy to call that guy out and say he's weak and he's not doing anything. Why are you looking like that? You went to the mall barefoot. Where's your cologne? Why are you wearing Mr. Price? He can afford all these things, but it's like, no, but I'm capable. I just don't have to show it every time because I'm doing the things I say make me happy. I needed a full fridge. My kids' school fees are paid, and that's it. And I'm just speaking to that, And sometimes it doesn't look like what we think it is. I think as long as the person is matching what they say they want to be, then we need to trust that they're okay, that they're happy. Yeah.
Can we both agree that it all comes down to the mindset of the person?
100%, yeah.
So we can at least agree on that mindset.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Okay.
And the standard, I agree with the standard, and the standard is being your best self. Yes, a man, you are not a man unless you are your fullest potential.
Yeah.
And that's, I agree
with
that.
That can be different for all of us.
There we go. Yeah. That's what I agree with.
Okay, cool.
100.
All right.
We had to disagree, yeah.
All right, so let's do this because I always try keeping my episodes less than 30 minutes, but this is a special one.
No,
I want to hit you with a few speed round questions. I want to get your top of the head answer.
All right.
So don't try to overthink it because, like you said, you're technical and I know how technical.
Okay.
And I also know you're someone that can actually go on and on and on. So we're gonna try. Let's try keep it
answer.
Yeah, just give me the top answer that resonates with you. So don't generalize it.
It's me. Okay,
we're gonna change this episode to Knowing Delight. Have you ever done is there an episode like that on YouTube?
Never. No, this is dope. I'm gonna even clip it and make it or you'll join it in my channel. But yeah, that's I like that.
Okay, so quick round.
So this is a separate thing.
Yeah, this is a separate
thing. Cool.
But so I might upload it as a segment, but we'll see how we'll do it in edit.
Dope.
So okay, quick round questions with Delight. What's the one thing that instantly puts a smile on your face?
Music. Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything less. It makes a lot of sense. What does peace look like to you as a black man?
Silence.
Break that down.
Oh.
that's too deep to just pass by. Because I like that answer.
Oh, I get it.
I like that answer.
It's not just mouths closed. I guess that's what you need to
do. Yeah, that's what I want to bring
in. Yeah, it's just calm, not disruption. Yeah, but audible silence as well. I said music in the first answer because there's certain sounds I think that can continue playing the whole day. Certain sounds must go off. And so, yeah, that's what it is.
And that comes on as well to peace. Peace and silence.
Peace, 100%. Yeah. So,
silence. What's one goal you've achieved that made you truly proud?
This is finding my.
I mean, you're still growing.
Figuring out my path. Figuring out my value. Yeah, my value, what I'm good at, and how to sell it. Yeah, that's what That's more recent years now. Now I'm very aware and I get it and it's clicking.
And I can just say it as well.
Thanks, man.
Who in your life makes you feel most supported?
My mother.
What's the simplest thing that brings you joy daily?
The simplest
thing that brings joy daily.
Food and
that is very simple.
Just food and water, simple things.
That gives you joy, eh?
Yeah, it does. Like I'm very conscious about those things, and I see it as a blessing. That in itself, even a simple meal is a blessing. I think people only revere, like they only start making prayers when they go to fancy restaurants. Suddenly the prayer is bigger now. No, for me, like the simplest, I'm like, yo, wow, dude. Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
When do you feel most like yourself?
When I'm alone. Completely alone. I think we should all do that.
Alone mentally or alone in a room?
Physically alone.
Okay.
Physically, that's when I'm the most myself. I mean, that's when I'm naked, whether it's figuratively, literally. So I'm definitely the most myself. Yeah.
What do you feel most like? Wait, I asked you the question. What's the one thing you wish more people understood about black men?
A lot of them are as bad as black women. That's what they must understand.
Repeat that.
Huh?
Repeat that.
They're as bad as black women. A lot of them are as bad as black women.
I feel like that needs to be unpacked, but that's for another episode.
Black men are they're bad.
If you had a free day with zero pressure, what are you doing?
With zero pressure, free day, I am on my phone watching funny things like podcasts and stuff.
So you're not making music?
No.
When do you
make pressure? Music is pressure. It's my work.
Okay. What's a childhood memory that still makes you happy today?
A childhood memory that makes me happy today. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to rush it. Childhood memory, playing, and just let me just put it this way. Other day I had to remember that Tabo is my real name. Yeah, you were privileged enough to be raised as a child. I literally, I was able to be a child, and that's why I love my parents so much. Like nothing was like the opposite, nothing. So that's why my childhood was like the whole childhood was great. Everything was like it was peaceful the whole time, bro. If there was a problem, I was crazy. I thought I wanted more or something. Yeah. So just playing around, not worrying about food and this or that or problems of adults. I didn't see people fighting. Fighting around me, hitting each other. I didn't see any things. Man. I was a child the whole time. Yeah.
Okay. Last
a
three
very
questions.
big privilege. Yeah.
What kind of compliment hit the deepest for you?
Compliments of my intellect. Yeah. Intellect. Yeah.
I can actually, you are a very intellectual person.
Oh, thank you. That hit deep.
What do you define as a win?
You too.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate
That's about
it.
me, but yeah.
What do you define as a win as a black man?
Okay, let me be nice now. A win as a black man.
Yeah, what do you define as a win as a black man?
Mental health awareness. Yeah, that's the win. Yeah, if you can start there, everything works out.
Last question. What's one thing you are learning to enjoy about yourself?
Learning to enjoy about myself. I'm different. I'm learning to enjoy that. I'm completely different. There's no one like me, and I've embraced it a lot. Yeah, so that's what I'm enjoying because it's an experience and a half to live with myself. Yeah. That's
well.
I hope that makes
We've
sense.
come to the end of the episode. This is actually longer than my typical episodes are, but it makes sense. The lights is here. I knew this might be a very long conversation, of which I'm grateful for it.
Wow.
So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna put descriptions to his episodes and also his channel. Guys, do subscribe to his stuff. He's got good music.
Oh wow.
I'm not gonna lie, he actually does have good music. So yeah, follow Delight sort of live, D-Soul. You know, there's none of your accounts under your real name.
DSOL.
None of your accounts are under your real names. All Delight and D-Soul.
Yeah, Delight. Oh, there's Tabo things, but that's personal. I don't want people to find out who I am.
All right, sure.
They're gonna hate me.
Search for D-Soul and
like
Delight.
They hate you.
I live for that, but I love that. I love hate.
Thank you so much for having me, man.
Thank you so much for coming through, man. So, guys, remember, if you like what you heard, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe, stay raw, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much, man.
This was dope, man.
Thank you. This was